Hey, and welcome to my channel. I'm Paul of Pa Howie fame. Yes, today's video is my mat or floor exercise routine. I do this 3 or 4 times a week. 3 or 4 because I'm a shift worker, so I do night shift, day shift, and they're 12-hour shifts, so I can't always do them of a day. And the shifts rotate around over a 28-day cycle. So I do them when I can. Tonight I'm on night shift, which begins at 7 p.m. I woke up after a 9.5 hour sleep. You're jealous of that, I know. At 10 o'clock, I don't exercise straight away. I'm not interested in doing that. I have a breakfast smoothie. I like to have a coffee. I like to sit down and just do stuff for 2 hours, but I'm pretty consistent now with hitting it after 2 hours. As of yesterday, I've recently changed how I do it. So previously I used to do the calisthenics or mat exercises in the afternoon at 4 p.m. and I would do my rock and walking exercise at 8, 9 a.m. But I realized that I sometimes have far too big of a gap between finishing a rock exercise and then doing the next one because of how my shift works. So I can sometimes, on one particular cycle, I think I can go almost 4 days without doing any heavy lifting rock exercises, which are my main exercises. Well, mentally main. The calisthenics is still valuable, but I feel like the rocks are the main one. And the loss and condition physically is noticeable after 4 days. Not much, but it's an annoying amount. And also just mentally, like I'll lift up the rocks and they feel heavier in my head and my hands. So what I've done is I've optimized it so that most days I'll be doing rocks in the afternoon, but some days I'll be doing rocks in the morning. But today I do calisthenics or mat in the morning or midday, but that's a night shift roster. And then I'll do my rocks at about 4 o'clock. I don't like that there's only 2 to 3 hours between the calisthenics and the rock exercises, but I have demonstrated in the past that I'm able to do it. So I'm doing it. And today, this is the mat. I haven't really filmed this for a long time, and I have learned a few things. I do now try and make sure that my technique is good for my body, because I am 54 this year, 53 now, and I want to be able to live a long time without hobbling or crunching or crying. I do occasionally get soreness, but it's manageable and usually short term. So yeah, this was a rather long introduction, 4 minutes, to the video. Hello, and here I am again. So my first exercise is vaguely sit-ups. I'm currently doing 18 repetitions. I am aware that my back is doing a fair bit here, but I can actually feel a bit of effort in my mid down to lower abs. But yeah, sit-ups, 18. How's that face of effort? I hold my hands in front because I can't quite do them if I hold them behind my head, nor can I really do them if I hold my hands right at my chest. So there's probably a bit of thrust going on here, but it is what it is. I've muted the audio because you really don't want to hear me grunting and breathing and other things. A high vegetable protein diet, folks. You know what I'm at. This is the second exercise. It's my least favorite, I think, or second least favorite. I probably shouldn't think that way, but this is to push up. My hands are reasonably close to my shoulder line, and it feels like I'm going quite low, but on reviewing the video here, I'm not really, am I? Damn. But this is partly why I took the video, because I need to work out what my technique looks like as opposed to what it feels like in my head from my eyeballs. It still hurts though. That's quite real what I'm doing there. Hurting. Third exercise is what I call kickies. Got to have the pants straight, folks. So what I'm experiencing here is my back as flat on that red mat as possible. So my stomach muscles are actually working here. It's not just hip flexors. And I do, 18. I'm doing actually 18 breaths. I'm not counting how many kicks I do. I've seen people do them faster. This pace works for me. I try not to rest too much. I've got this little mental image in my head of that scene from Matrix where Trinity jumps over the building and then falls down the stairs, and she has that moment of pause where she wants to give up. And she just says, "Get up, Trinity." So in my head I go, "Get up, Trinity." This exercise, I'm not really sure if it's an exercise or a stretch or just burning calories with effort. But it's part of the routine. And yeah, I do 18 of these also. Currently on the audio, I'm listening to Steve Aoki. Hello. Now we do what I call bikes. I'm trying as best I can to keep my butt and hips close to my belly button. And how's the coordination? I really need to work on these. And not just from an aesthetic point of view, although it does hurt. You can't hear it, but I am grunting and groaning because it hurts. And yeah, struggle street. So yeah, I do 18 of those. I don't do 18 breaths because I'm a coward. I just do 18 passes. Tongue out, always important. So what I'm trying to do here is keep my arms and shoulders in position and really just hip thrust it. I'm not sure really much about this exercise, but it feels important and it's not easy. The quads and legs actually, or quads or hamstrings, calves, yeah, it's not easy. These are side planks, I think. I don't know the proper name. I'm not good with terminology. I used to just sit with my elbow on the mat, but now I've progressed to where I have my hand on the mat and my free arm behind my back. There's a lot of movement in that shoulder, which is kind of what it feels like, but there also is some movement in the side abs, whose name I do not know. So yeah, I think I need to work on the technique on this one. I see people do it, or maybe they just hold a plank. I do 18. But again, this video is about technique, observation and technique assessment. Bit of mixed skits on the audio at the moment. I am less good. Oh god, that technique's terrible. That's fucked up. It's meant to be a side ab exercise, but yeah, I'm not sure what's going on there. It's not easy, but what is it doing? I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure now that I'm watching it. It feels like I'm doing something when I'm doing it, and it's clearly not easy. Oops, there's my butt. Shout out to the goat mods. Hello. This is, oh yeah, this is lat. No, not lats. What's the muscles behind your biceps? That one. So as you can see, my hand is facing backwards, and from what I've seen of Calisthenics do is you've really got to keep your shoulders in that position. I think I actually do this okay. I think. I'm not an expert, but yeah. I do 18 of these as well. Everything's 18. It just makes it easier. Although, as you can see, it's not that easy just to do it. And now we do crunches. I'm really not sure about these, but even when I watch videos of people doing crunches, it just doesn't look like much. I'm not holding my hands exactly right, but I don't feel like I'm pressing my neck forward nor lifting with my arms and neck. But at the moment, yeah, I'm not sure what is happening in the abs section. And I've still got 20% body fat, so you can't really see what's going on anyway. Such a strange exercise. It feels like nothing, and yeah, I think I am moving my neck probably a bit too forward, but I'm not. Yeah, it's got to work on that one, I think. These are now Supermans. I don't have a particularly good back, and what I mean by that, it just feels rigid. See, I'm not even lifting my quads off the ground. It hurts and it's hard. I'm not sure, are you meant to lift your quads off the ground? A lot of the effort's coming from the muscles above my butt in my lower back. Interesting. Now I've got a set routine, but here I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is what we're meant to be doing. And I know that sounds silly, but routine is routine. I was going to do squats, but I forgot that I had not done what I call extra large or cross legs, XLs. Oops. Yeah, better camera angle. So this is an ab exercise. Got a fair bit of lean on that there. I hadn't noticed that. Although when I am doing it, sometimes I'll have to take my t-shirt off because I get a bit hot. And I do notice the curvature of my stomach is biased. So I gather that's what the bias is. I'm not even, or it doesn't feel like I'm even. It's like my right leg is higher. Or is that the camera angle? I think I need to work on that one. So the goal there is I'm trying to get my butt and hips to move sort of in the belly button direction. Now we do squats. Now I do very deep squats because when I lift some of my rocks, I've got to go quite to the ground. Hello. You're about to see my butt. Well, not really. The actual squat that I'm doing here is sort of trying to achieve an Asian sitting position, you know, where people can just sit on their butt. I can't actually do that, and I think it's actually because I've either got very tight or very weak lower shin muscles. So I'm actually working on that because I want to have very deep squat to where I can do that Asian sitting. I don't need to, but it just feels right to be doing that for like the rocks. Yeah, that's an eyeball. Well done, idiot. Okay, now what are we doing? Oh yeah, this is the roller. I have watched Athlean X do this, and I know what he has said, and it doesn't feel like I'm doing it. And in the video right now, it doesn't even look like I'm going that far, but it feels very far when I'm doing it. Although I must admit, I've got some soreness in my left forearm there, the one closest to the camera with the R2 tattoo. And I'm not sure if that's restricting. I'm definitely not using my hips or butt to draw in, but I think I'm using my shoulders and arms to draw in, and then only towards the end do I get some ab work? Because what he said to do is you sort of draw up, you arch your, feels like you're arching your back, like he said, I think he said like a cat. And that's what I'm trying to do, but for most of the roll in, it's not, that's not what it feels like. Again, whether the technique's right or not, it still hurts. So now I've got my long floorboarded hallway, and I do two types of leg exercises here. First is just what I call knee ups. Yeah, I do 18 of each leg, so 36. I was sort of just going through the motions a bit there. That wasn't really trying much at all. The next is lunges. These get your heart going. These are good. I feel like I've got the technique okay, but I'm not sure if you're meant to go really far forward or not so deep. But yeah, I do 36 of these, so 18 for each. And my hallway is exactly 10 long. I sometimes do these at work on off days, and because the corridors at work are much longer, I can actually do 58 in a row. And boy oh boy, does the heart rate get going by the 50th one. Hello again. Yeah, it's hard work. Nearly finished. I mentally try and not focus on how much I've got to go. I don't think it's helpful to do that. You know, that whole halfway there, I don't like doing that. It doesn't feel right to me. These are just hip butt thrusts, light push-ups. It's probably really a stretch, but I don't know. I don't want to go hard all the time. I jokingly call these sex ups for the obvious reasons. Okay, these are absolutely my least favourite side to sides. Yeah, I'm not really sure about this technique or whether I'm even doing it right. My butt's sort of slowly moving my body forward. What I'm thinking I'm doing, or what I'm thinking I'm meant to be doing, is twisting my whole upper body with my abs, and then trying to draw my outward shoulder backwards so that it forces the rotation, and it's meant to be, is it obliques? Like, there's a lot of effort going on here, and it is my obliques, but yeah, I'm just not sure about the actual butt movement and how high my torso is. Like, is it meant to be lower? I have tried it lower, but it just feels like my back gets sore. It's just a lot of back muscle tension for 30, 40, 50 seconds, however long it takes to do that. Yeah, I don't like it. Nearly finished. This is just a bit of an unusual exercise, but I've got very thin ankles, and I'm trying to build them up a bit, so I just lift my couch. And last exercise is a wider armed sit-up. So my hands are outside the mat, probably beyond, just a bit beyond my shoulder blades, and there's more shoulder blade pinching. Yeah, I really need to get my chest closer down. Like, when I'm doing it, in my experience, it feels like I can't go further, but yeah, clearly I can. I just need to get my butt up. And yeah, so yeah, this is what I do 3 or 4 times a week, and that's usually how I finish. Very exhausted, fetal, and then punch it out. And a nice way to end with groove armadas in the background. Good old groove armada. Gotta have those stats, folks. Thank you. Bye. Paka paka. Bye bye. Happy man, he's finished.